Welcome, everybody, to episode 128 of the Destiny Digest podcast. It's been a minute. Glad to have you. We are almost a full house tonight. I'm your host, Dan Finity. We have Epic Dan with us.
Hello, hello.
We have Sammy Cat.
I'm on cam.
You're on cam. Behind the board, we have behind the board we have Bonafide Hero.
Where?
You know exactly where. And we also have our friend and producer Eseipha. How are you tonight?
I'm okay. I think you guys are struggling with that one, but thank you. It's like I can't remember what you do here.
I'm struggling a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a few weeks. Mostly chill weeks. Not bad, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. First off, we have some house cleaning. You can join us live every Sunday night, fingers crossed, around 3:30 p.m. Pacific and 6:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Destiny Digest. You can ask us questions live in chat that helps shape the conversation. Episodes go live the next day on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Pocket Casts. And you can help others find this show by rating and reviewing the podcast on your platform of choice. Also, just going to get this out there right out the gate. Sammy Cat is doing an emblem giveaway in chat for folks. If you want to give the stipulations of that, Sammy, feel free.
But make sure that you're following Destiny Digest, and you can go ahead, !enter to enter. You'll have to be able to, I'm going to be giving away an All That emblem, and make sure that you do not have that one yet. That might be the most current creator emblem. Make sure you don't have that one yet. I will be checking real quick. Make sure you have your Twitch whispers open, and then we'll deal with that after we are done, after stream ends and after we raid out.
Heck yeah. We so !emblem in the Twitch chat to enter.
And you will have
All
to
right.
be present for me to give that to you.
You gotta be
just
present.
so you know. Yeah.
Have to be. You have to be. All right. So from there, let's talk about some things. Yeah. How's everybody's month been?
Good.
Busy.
Yeah.
Don't
I
everyone
don't
jump up
really
and down.
know.
You don't really know?
I feel that,
I'm not
though.
quite
I feel
sure
that.
about February right now.
Yeah.
What day is it?
What day is it?
22nd.
Is Elizabeth still queen?
Oh God.
Oh my God. That's a
Ooh.
throwback.
Ooh. I don't know what to tell you about what's going on in what's going on over there right now, but
What?
no, decidedly
The
no.
back of my coins is still going to look the same, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Who knows?
Probably.
At this point, I'm not sure.
Crazy.
Well, things have been okay over here in the Finity household. I told you guys earlier, I celebrated 14 years with my spouse.
Woo!
On Wednesday,
Congrats.
so that was cool. I started playing Mass Effect Andromeda. I think the last time that we were doing this, and then
Yeah,
I
I
fell
think
out of playing
Dan and I
Mass Effect
jumped on that.
Andromeda.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wanted to finish it. It's just not the game that I'm looking for right now, especially after finishing that series.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm playing a little bit of Hollow Knight. I started playing
Oh,
High
let's
on
go.
Life 2 this week, and also doing solo challenges in Destiny. That's been like my past month of just knocking all those out. What is everybody else's week or month been?
I
Game
actually
wise,
played Destiny this week.
you actually played
Which
Destiny this week.
hadn't happened. I actually played Destiny this week. I'm trying to finish the expansion story. That's how far I am behind. I am at step 21 out of like 30, I think, or something. 22 out of 31. I don't remember, but something like that. So we're getting
Okay.
there slowly. Not super fan of the expansion story so far. So sorry. Just not my style.
Fair enough.
But can't wait to get it done and move on and do something else in the game because I really want to play this current season because it seems good. So we'll see how that goes.
Heck yeah. Sounds good. Sammy Cat, what have you been up to, bud?
Well, you see here, there's a couple things. I have been doing a lot of Destiny lately. I know what I've been doing for February. I went back and had to check my stream hours, right? So I've been working on, for a while, Solo Master, Albo, No HUD, Ghost of the Deep. I've been on Ekthar for a very, very long time. I just recently hit 1,200 unintentional deaths. That was last stream. And besides this past stream, so in the last like week or so, I don't know how many streams I did, 17 hours, 12 minutes, 19 hours, 10 minutes, 15 hours,
God, dude.
44 minutes, 13 hours, 9 minutes, 14 hours, 10 minutes. Oh, and then on February 11th, I did a 2-hour and 20-minute stream. So, and then the one before that was 14 hours and 14 minutes on February 2nd. So I guess from February 11th until now, I've mostly been streaming, and getting my butt kicked. So that's what I've been doing. But I also completed my very first clear of Epic Desert Perpetual. I did it with a pretty cracked team. We did all bow on all Void Hunter. So that was really fun. We did that last night.
Fun.
And then there's something that I need to I've been recently also re-listening to my favorite audiobook of all time. Have I brought it up before, Project Hail Mary?
I don't think
You've
so.
That's the
talked
movie
about
that's
it a
coming out
little
soon, isn't it?
bit. Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't told you guys. Everybody needs to immediately, after this podcast, go to Audible and listen to the audiobook. I'm not even joking. I have harassed enough people about it. So far, I've gotten 9 people to listen to it. It is the best experience I've ever had with an audiobook. Do not read it. Listen to the audiobook, but do it before the movie releases and do it before you actually watch the trailers.
Yeah.
It is
Don't watch the trailer.
unlike anything else I have experienced as far as a novel goes. And the reason I say listen to the audiobook before reading it is mostly just because of the narration. It's not like a play, but it almost reads as though it's a play.
Cool.
Highly recommend it. Do not watch the trailers. There's a huge spoiler.
Too late.
Yep.
But
I've watched the trailer and I got spoiled and I was kind of sad.
I've seen the trailer, yo.
I'm just gonna go to the cinema, recline back, close my eyes, and then I'll just tell Sammy I'd listen to the audiobook. Like it's
no, the audiobook is amazing. I know multiple people that don't do audiobooks and they were like, this is one of the only audiobooks I have ever been able to get through. I'm not even joking. Like it is that enthralling and engrossing. I'm on my third
who works at a library. As somebody who works at a library, I don't know if I can advocate for somebody not reading. But
No, I know. No, any
Do you
other
not have
book
an
I would
audible
say
section?
any other book I would say read it. But
Yeah.
You can do-
specifically there is one specific reason that I cannot explain for why you have to listen to the audiobook.
You can do like an immersion read. People do that sometimes where they listen to the audiobook while reading the book itself. It's
Do
like
that.
I
Do
don't know if
that.
it's called an immersion read, but there's a name for that. I cannot remember the term. But yeah, people do that sometimes where they listen to the audiobook while reading. So that's also a possibility. If people like I cannot do audiobook because I just tune it out. That's my only like biggest issue. But
Then
some
read
people
along,
do that.
have the book. But there's one specific reason why it has to be the audiobook. And I can't say why because it'll spoil it. But you
Scarlett,
guys need
it's-
to experience it.
okay.
I
How long's
can
the
imagine
audiobook?
Dan going into work tomorrow being like, I got this thing that's come across my desk, John. It's like one of the most amazing things in the world, John. It's just going to be like a audio section, headphones, move with the times, John.
And they'll be like, Dan, we've had those for a long time. I need your badge. then
but what's
dies
really
fired.
cool is that in March, we're going to Tau Ceti with Marathon, right?
Mhm.
Well, this book takes place in the Tau Ceti star system.
All right,
Okay.
And
sold. I'll
it's
listen to
coming
it
out
tonight.
in March as well. Isn't that crazy? 2 really, really big sci-fi epic adventures are coming out in March. They're both
That's
set
pretty
in
cool.
Tau Ceti. Isn't that just a crazy coincidence? Anyways, listen to the frickin' book. I'm done.
But doesn't Bungie do that sometimes, like by pure like random
Coincidence?
luck? Where
Yeah.
it's just pure coincidence.
Nothing's a
where
coincidence with
they
Bungie.
where like they do something or something happens in the game, but then you hear about something like, related in the real world. It's kind of funny.
Mhm.
Wasn't it like was it Mars or was it Saturn or whatever? I don't know. At some point they were releasing something in the game, and there was like a big news about this specific planet. It was
Oh,
just
because
very
they
You're
funny.
probably
found water.
thinking of Europa.
They found
Maybe
water
something
on
that
it.
I don't remember. It's been a while, but it's not. It didn't happen just one time. It happened like multiple times. It was very funny.
Yeah.
Yup. Their science seems to be pretty sound, at least from looking at things and from a non-sci-fi point of view. Epic Dan, what have you been up to this past month, dude?
You know, it's funny. I think me and you have been playing a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
After I did some of my solo challenges, I ended up doing a new playthrough of Andromeda myself. But I ended up doing a 100% insanity playthrough. But I hadn't played the game.
That's insane.
Well, it was insane, but it was very enjoyable. But I hadn't played it in a. I don't think I had. Steam said I'd last. EA said I'd last played it in 2017 when it first came out. So I don't know how we got on the subject of Dan's Andromeda playthrough, and I was like, you know what? I got nothing to do right now, so I just installed it, and then 35 hours later, I was rolling credits on it.
Right. I think I was
But it
just
was
getting
funny
too
because
bogged
I
down
had
in
a
side
lot of
quests.
discussions about it because all the side. Well,
Yeah.
I had a lot of discussions about it, and as someone who played it when it first came out versus now, I do think I was surprised at how well it aged.
Okay.
Like it didn't feel like a 2017 game.
Yeah.
No.
And I remember playing it on PC when it first came out, and it was poorly optimized. It was
Yeah.
hot garbage. I don't know if it's probably not the game itself, but because of us just having better PC parts over the years, it allowed it to run. It was a fantastic experience in comparison to them,
Mhm.
just because of the time. And
Yeah.
it doesn't compare to the trilogy. But I remember I ended up leaving the game. I was like, you know what? This is not as bad of a game as I remember.
Yeah.
The side quests aren't as enjoyable. One thing
Right.
I did remember telling my chat, it was unlike the trilogy, I had little interest in exploring every single thing. But I don't think that was a bad thing. So you saying that earlier that like you got caught up in side quests. The side quests, at least for me, weren't as engaging as
Mhm.
the original trilogy.
Very
But
repetitive.
I don't think that was a bad thing. Like the combat, I think was really, really good. I I do have a history of ranting about Andromeda because a lot of people always talk about Anthem,
Mhm.
and I'm on the other side of it as a person who did not get the year of content that we were supposed to be given
Mhm.
because they pulled everyone from the Bioware pulled everyone from Andromeda to work on. It's funny timing to talk about this. They pulled
Mhm.
everyone from Andromeda to work on Anthem and push Anthem out. And I remember them putting out a blog post saying that like our future expansion content has been
Yep.
indefinitely like paused.
Yeah.
And a lot of the issues from a world building standpoint would have been solved with like having expand like DLC. I paid for the DLC already. I paid for a
Right.
year's worth of content. Didn't get it. But it was funny because I was just saying, you know what? This isn't as bad of a game, but I don't think I'm probably the only person to say this. I don't think Anthem was good enough for me to not get my content.
Right. Yeah.
So I played that. I enjoyed it. But I also was like,
Mhm.
you know what? If someone doesn't like it, that's perfectly fine. But I was glad to re-experience it because I had not engaged with Andromeda at all.
Yeah.
But more recently, I played High on Life 2 literally yesterday,
Yeah.
and I beat it, and I really enjoyed that. And then God of War, Son of Sparta, which was a new Metroidvania game that
Yeah.
came out that was shadow dropped with the state of play. I know
Last
everyone
week, right?
they were talking about the state of play for Marathon. But one of the games that they announced in shadow dropped was God of War, Sons of Sparta. A lot of people probably
Oh,
aren't going
that's
to
the
play it.
platformer one?
Yeah, a lot of people probably aren't going to play it because of it being a platformer. So I was totally understanding that I probably wasn't going to be able to get people on board with it because it's a really hard genre for people to like, and it isn't on the same level as Hollow Knight, Silksong, or just Hollow Knight, and that's probably the one platformer, it's like 2D side scroller Metroidvania style game that people probably are used to and played. It's not in the same ballpark. It's a really good game, but like if someone has only played Hollow Knight, they're not gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I felt that same way about that Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown game.
Yeah.
It's a really good platformer, really good experience. Most people aren't gonna play it because of it being that, and because of it not being a traditional style of that game. Like people are like wanting to play God of War. They either want to play it in the 2018 version or the 3D version from the PS2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it is a canon game. So if you care for God of War in the future, it is important to know of this game. You probably don't have to play it. It does have some really, really deep lore drops for the original trilogy and for Ragnarok in 2018. That I was like, okay, wow, they're gonna put this in here, but I don't think it's worth paying $29.99 for just for
Yeah.
that. You could probably watch a YouTube video that's gonna say this is what all has changed from this game. But if you do like platformers, it's a pretty strong one.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much been all I played. It's just different type of non-Destiny.
Yeah. High on Life. Like I remember, I played High on Life.
You played the first one, right?
I played part of it while that was going on, or when it launched, and then like I was streaming it the day that the dude Justin Roiland was outed as a sex pest. I was like, oh, I should probably set this down.
I had no
yeah.
like connection to it. I picked it up only because the studio gave me a copy of High Life 2, and I was like, you know what? I want to try it out. And within like that first like opening monologue of like them killing a bunch of monsters, I was like, I thought this was like a stoner game. And it was
like the first one.
I hadn't played the first one either, so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All I knew was I thought it was like a stoner game that made a bunch of Rick and Morty references. That's all I kind of knew. Like I've seen 10-second gameplay of this and that, so I had no idea what was going on.
So I played a little bit of I think I played like 7 hours of that or something. And when all of that came out, so I had set that down at the time. And now Justin Roiland isn't a part of Squanch Games at all, that studio, period. And I was like, oh, well, they're putting out High on Life 2. I liked the gameplay of the first one enough to try this one out. The skateboard mechanics, interesting. It's not.
I love that, but I love skateboarding games, so I didn't know that was going to be a part of it.
First person skateboard mechanics is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But the
with
weapons
gunplay,
personalities
that
are
was
great.
so cool.
Yeah. The weapons personalities are great. Like the voice cast is really solid into so I'm glad that I started giving it a shot. I'm only 2 hours into 2, but I'm planning on playing that for the next few streams. Just
It's
to
a
keep
very
that.
short game.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
That's
expect it. I kind of just beelined it,
mhm.
thinking that it was going to be a long game. I finished I finished it in 11 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. Like it was maybe that's what they were going for, but like you do the prologue. I did the prologue and I did like maybe 4 hours of what I thought was act 1. And then what I like to do sometimes is I will Google a game's mission list, just
Mhm.
the main mission list, only just to know, like, just to gauge, like, do I want to keep streaming? Um, how much longer do I feel like I want to stream? I like to end on like a good note. I don't want to
Right.
like end in the middle of like a big plot point. And I remember pulling it
Oh,
up
that's smart.
and I realized, well, I looked at it and I was like, there's only 6 missions left. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop. So like, and then I picked it back up, and then I did like 1 mission,
Mhm.
or maybe like 2, and then I was like going to the next one, and they were like, "This is the point of no return," and I was like, "Already?" But the coolest thing, you should probably do it. Me and my chat did it yesterday.
Okay.
If you sit on the couch, obviously in this kind of game, you can watch like satirical real world commercials.
Mhm.
There
Which
are
movie did they
also
put in this one?
movies. So they did it in the first one. I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
I was watching some trailers that the game had. They were doing like a knockoff Hot Wheels, a knockoff NES Power Gun thing.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, this guy, there's a scene, and I was like, "Is this a movie?"
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, there is an opening scene. Like I'm like, this feels like a movie. And then I see like this 1980s slasher opening, and I was like, "Huh, I'm gonna watch this." And then all of a sudden, 25 minutes have gone by, and then I get a commercial, and I was like, "No, I'm invested." And so I basically sat there on the couch.
Wait, this is in the game?
In the
Yes,
game. This is a
yes.
real
They
game.
did this in the first one too.
This is a real movie. I even Googled it.
Like
They
full movie in the
pulled
game?
a full
movie.
movie. So I watched last night 2 movies on this couch.
So wait, it's
2
a
movies.
virtual movie.
It is. If you were to watch a
Yeah.
movie, imagine imagine your computer screen, your TV screen. Imagine that being a video game.
Yes.
And imagine
Yeah.
a video game having a TV in it.
Yes.
Everything around that is a video game. It looks like a video game. But the
And there's
picture
just a
on the
movie on the
screen is
TV.
just YouTube,
Yes.
basically. It's just a video.
Oh my god.
They license
Crazy.
I forget which movie they licensed the first time, but it was like some sort of dinosaur flick from the 80s. And
So the first one I watched was called Blood Tracks.
okay.
And if you Google Blood Tracks, it is a little movie. It's a little movie with SAG-AFTRA actors from the 80s
Mhm.
Wow.
with a director from Sweden. And it is so bad that it's good. It's
2
the
stars
room
on
level
IMDb.
hilarious. I was like, this.
Crazy.
The worst part of it that was hilarious is that all of the voice acting is ADR voice dubbed, so they talk, but you can also hear the voice acting is every single line sounds like
Yeah.
they re-recorded the voice lines.
Yes. They probably
It's-
did.
Yeah. So then the next movie I watched after that, it ended. I did a mission. I came back. I sat down. The next one comes out, and it's called the New York Ninja. This is another real movie, but the difference in this movie is that the main ninja, the main actor, he he made a movie, and then for some reason couldn't finish the movie. So it's basically a silent film that another studio found it They took the rights to it. They created their own script or their own story. They took the video image. They put their own music on it, their own voice acting on it, and all their own sound effects, and they made their own story. So there's multiple times that the movie you're watching, it doesn't make sense because what the actual movie is and what they're talking about isn't the same. It is
That's
absolutely
awesome.
hilarious. And they're both on YouTube for free if you want to watch the movie. New York Ninja.
Crazy.
And
Will just said in chat, he said, I was watching somebody do that and YouTube flagged the stream and took it down because the algorithms flagged it as them streaming a movie.
I
There
believe
is
it.
a streamer mode.
Yep.
Yes.
I believe it.
So did you expect this at all?
I did not. Nope. So
That
the
is
first when I
fantastic.
saw the first movie, I was like, I've played a few games that have done similar things.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference in this game, I didn't notice, and there were people that in my chat that had played the first one. They're like, yeah, they do this. They did this in the first game. GTA is a game that has done this for years.
That's
but the
what I'm
difference
thinking.
is
Yep.
it's never real. They do a satirical version of it that's like, it's not close. And it's not
Fernando.
even remotely close. But this one, they just took a movie from the 80s that was super, 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 super not known. And they just put it in there. It is great. And then what's hilarious is when you're watching the movie, they let you watch it for about 22 to 23 minutes, and then they throw you a video game commercial. And it'll be something that looks like a video game, but it's a commercial for like the world. Like that world's like, one of them was like a space lawyer. Like he's just like, I'm the best space lawyer. I'm also the only space lawyer. Pick me so you can, it was like that. And then they toss you back into the movie for another 22 minutes. So I first watched it and I was like, I just want to see how long you can watch this movie. Maybe it's like GTA and it like is a short 5-minute film. And then an hour and a half later, I was like, I literally sat here and watched the whole movie and watching the credits of this movie roll by.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking here. It doesn't look like PlayStation has any trophies for watching the movie in game. Much to
I was
Adela's
hoping
chagrin,
I would
probably.
get a achievement. There was none.
Yeah, no, you will. You're just watching a movie. Yeah,
The best achievement that I know of where you're just sitting there doing nothing is in Stray. You
Okay.
get an achievement just for laying and napping.
Yep.
Your character's
That's
just
amazing.
sleeping.
Why can't I
Yep.
get that in real life?
Right?
I would love that.
Not available. Oh man. Well, excellent. Bona, what about you, buddy? What have you been doing the last month other than working? I know you're busy a lot.
So, coming back from Christmas, I worked a whole bunch. I basically worked myself sick, which I had to call in last couple of sessions, I think, in January. So, worked myself sick for about 2 weeks, and it looks like I'm trying to do that again at the moment. So I'll literally be up all night tonight.
No.
Don't do
So
that.
I'm just, dude. I can't not. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The people need me,
Yeah.
Okay, Batman.
Your
We
family
need you
also needs
alive
too.
and well.
Yeah. So it is. So yeah.
I'm the last person to talk.
I think I've played. I think I've played a little bit of Helldivers.
You played some Destiny. I saw you on the other day.
Yeah, I was doing that Destiny. There was like a 6v6 creator thing last week.
Is that clan
different
war I heard
regions.
about?
Wasn't it clan? It was like
No. That was
it was
different.
like a blaster thing. So you had to use like heat weapons in the
Blaster.
first one, bows in the second one, and then practically blades in the last one. So yeah, just give some medals away, do something sort of cool. But that's all it's been really for me since Destiny since last year. And of course games to give. Yeah, no, I'm just super busy. But I've made sure it's a busy week this week for things because this week I've got Pokemon Go, big community thing, like globally, that happens like every 3 months. They've got one of those things happening this coming weekend. So that means each day there's a raid hour. I've got to go out. I have 100 fucking plus people freaking coming out for that. Like, to do that throughout the week. And there'll be like 200 people on each day on the weekend. And then obviously we've got the server slam for Marathon. So I'll be degenning that as well. So I've taken a bit of time off this week. So that's why I'm like trying to work and get everything done before taking time off this week. So yeah. That's me.
Gotcha. Yeah, we have the server slam this weekend, and then following that is, I believe, March 5th is the launch.
It is, yes. So we'll finish up
Marathon?
next Monday.
March
Is it
5th.
Yeah, the server slam will finish Monday the 2nd, 1st, or whatever.
It ends the
And
3rd.
then-
I thought.
It's in 3rd. I thought it was 2nd. Anyway,
Maybe the second.
early one day next week, and then a couple of days later it will start up. And I think me and Epic Dan are playing at launch. If
Ooh, fancy.
if I think back now, yeah.
Heck yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I said
degen.
yes, so you tell me.
I'll be there. I'll be there. XRB will be there, but he'll be in a work call for the first hour. So I don't know how that's gonna go. But yeah, no, I've got it all cleared. My mother-in-law's gonna watch my son Friday mornings, the Friday morning whilst my wife works, and I'm gonna
Oh, it's for you. It's Friday. I
go
was
all
like
night long
Friday.
on the Thursday. Thursday night, all night Thursday night into Friday. Play all day Friday.
Wait, so what time is it for you when the server's open?
5 p.m.
On a
12
Friday?
p.m. ES on Thursday.
What time is
For
it?
you or for us?
5 p.m. for me on Thursday, 12 p.m. EST, 9 a.m. for you on Thursday. Dad's gonna have to edit
So-
this out.
Well, hold on.
Wait.
That doesn't make sense.
It cannot. Yeah, no, it doesn't
doesn't.
work out.
How does that
It
not
cannot
work
be
out?
12 p.m. and then 9 a.m.
Brother, I think you need more
12
sleep.
is 3 a.m.
12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
It's 3. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, no, that's right. It's 3 hours difference. 12 p.m. Eastern is
Yeah.
9 a.m. PST.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm correct.
He's not Pacific.
Let him be correct.
Are you
Yeah,
not
I'm
Pacific?
we had this
He's-
discussion, but
Oh, for fuck's sake. I always
He's
think you're
not, I believe.
Pacific.
He's Mountain.
I don't
You're
think
not
none of us
Pacific.
are.
So if you were Pacific, Bona would be correct.
Donna would be
Yes.
correct if you, but most of us here are Central.
The only
so
wrong thing I said was Dan was Pacific. So, yeah.
you picked the 2 time zones. I'm
You're-
not in.
You're
That's so funny.
It's true.
10
all
a.m.
good.
CST.
take it off the rust after a month out.
It's like I told Bungie Foundation. Just tell me Eastern, and I can go from.
I said Eastern, what the fuck?
There. Oh man, yeah.
So funny.
I'm probably gonna dive in on that this coming weekend. We'll see.
I think the only thing you get for like playing into like the full game, I think there's like some cosmetic stuff. So you have to
Yeah.
like hit like certain challenges throughout the server slam
Yeah,
to
probably.
be able to keep those cosmetics.
Yeah. They
I
did
see no
something
reason
this
not
for-
to like invest time in it, right?
I'm
If you have any interest.
Yeah.
the way I've been selling it to people, I'm like, look, if you've like been up in the air about Marathon and all of its setbacks and all of its drama, play it for
Yes,
fucking
the
free,
moment.
test their servers. If it doesn't go well, you don't buy the game.
Yeah.
You know, you've
Exact-
lost
yeah.
nothing. You've got
Exactly.
4 to 5 days to play it. Like, just
Yeah.
jump on and play it.
It's
That's a
it's the best
long
time.
time, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a bad idea though. Like, yeah, they call it a server slam, but I think it's also like a quote unquote
It's a pitch.
beta for people.
It's a pitch.
Yeah.
I was telling people I think it's just they're that confident with their product as of right now that they're like, you can play it for free for 5 days.
Which I think is a
You
good
get
idea.
All
I
of
think
the
they,
time you want in.
I think they need
Well,
that.
and
Like,
the more that they get
it's a
into
sales
it,
pitch. Yeah.
And then they end up, oh, my friends are actually going to play it. Well, then I want to play it. it gives you enough time to make friends, organize.
There'll be a
Yeah.
domino effect of it, of like,
Yeah.
oh, I get this friend into it, they're gonna get that friend into it, and then
Right.
everyone's like, oh yeah, let's figure this out. It's not, it's the building blocks of like Ark, Raiders, Tarkov, all that jazz, right? But it's a game in its own right. So you're gonna go into it, play it, fuck around, find out so much, lose everything. You're like, oh shit, wait a second. Actually, this is going to be reset in a couple of days. I can come back and start fresh completely again.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Like a training wheel
sales pitch.
period.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a great way for them to sell their game, really.
True.
Yeah. I'm hoping it goes well. I think at this
Same.
juncture in video games, to hope anything goes poorly is a dick move.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
I've heard that
I-
from so many. They're like, oh, I can't wait for that to flop. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, man? Like,
Yeah.
Wishing
Who-
downfall on any gaming studio after the
Yeah.
previous, like, we'll just say 3.5 years the
Yeah,
gaming industry
exactly.
has been
Yeah.
through is just indicative. I don't want to say it is indicative of you being a bad person. It's a very bad character flaw, I would say.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just,
Yeah.
unless
you cannot
you're
want
a...
them.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot want to play it, but also not wish death upon their families. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think that, right? You would think that, but some people don't.
Yep.
One thing I don't understand is people that want Marathon to fail, because then maybe Bungie will do something about Destiny. And it's
Yeah.
like, you don't
I
understand.
think
You do
Bungie
not- you do
needs
not want-
Marathon.
Yeah,
do not
exactly.
want
I'm like, that's the
Keep
complete
Destiny.
opposite.
Yeah.
you do
You
not
need
want Marathon to
Marathon to
fail
do
if you
well.
think that.
Like, it doesn't
Mm.
make any sense.
Sony will drop Bungie, man, and there'll be nothing, left. This is, so
Mm-mm.
much
Bit of a
higher
Hail
than
Mary.
Bungie.
I
I'm
just
going to
don't get
drop-
it.
I'm gonna drop a link in the chat right now. It is I don't know if any of you guys have seen this before, but it is a complete sheet of all of the layoffs in gaming since 2022.
Oh,
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
Not
and
everybody.
It tells you the studio. It tells you how many people were laid off. It tells you the date. It gives you articles that are listed specifically for those layoffs, and it is immense. It is just immense.
It's crazy.
Oh, it doesn't
the
even
amount
have
I
of
saw
Blue Point
this-
institutional knowledge
Studio.
that is left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this tweet today. Actually, it's kind of related to that, where somebody, well, it's on Blue Sky, but I'm gonna call it a tweet, whatever.
That's almost 1,000 employees laid off.
Yeah, and then they
Just
say,
by
so
base.
it's a quote tweet if you want. It says the original tweet says, lots of games as a service and open world studio closures. Maybe because it's a backwards way of making games. First you find your game and then you expand a studio to support it. It blows my mind that Sony goes, here's $300 million, give me a GAS shooter in 3 years. Like, how? And then somebody that I follow just said, like, that person is really, is 100% right. I'll put the link in the chat. But it's an issue, I think, also in the gaming industry where they expect XYZ game in like 3 years and it doesn't work out
Mhm.
because XYZ reason, multiple reasons sometimes. And then they just close the studio. And it's like, what are you
That
doing?
3-year turnaround is so hard.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
It's
With
crazy.
new IP or even like a returning IP, but like 3 years and then not supporting it after like launch. Like if it doesn't launch to rousing success, they instantly
Exactly. Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I looked at No
Mass
Man's
Effect
Sky.
Andromeda.
I already used up our 2 Mass Effect Andromeda talking points.
You
can't
used
add
up
them.
hours. I didn't get a chance.
Oh my god.
You should have did a playthrough so you could yap about it. So now you got to play.
Alright.
it.
BRB.
So then,
Oh god.
so then we can do it next week. But if you think, I was gonna say No Man's Sky, which a lot of people are big fan. I don't want to say big fan, but like a lot that community is really really big.
Yeah.
If when it launched in a terrible state and for years.
Oh my
wasn't
god, it was
great.
so bad.
like the thought of that game still having success now is really only
That was
because of
resurrected from the dead.
Sean, like the main guy,
Yeah.
Sean, who like he won't let the game close, and he keeps supporting it.
Is
And
that
I
why
think
they
about
won't
that
launch Light
game.
No Fire?
I wish he would launch Light No Fire.
Is that why they're
Maybe.
just hanging on to bloody No Man's Sky?
It's kind of
Well,
like
to be
what's the point?
fair-
I don't want to say no, but like what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point?
No Man's Sky is still getting really good updates and has
Yeah.
such an insane
really good
amount of
things about
community
it.
backing.
It's getting more updates that make it more like Star Citizen, and then Star Citizen is getting
Yep.
more fucking updates.
It's also currently on sale, people. If you want to play No Man's Sky,
I've been
I don't have any
contemplating
money.
finally
60%.
getting into
It's
it.
60% off.
Add another 9 and I'm in.
I mean, I don't make the Steam sales,
69%.
So-
But
yeah,
I'm
it is-
sorry.
it
I was
is-
like
but I've
9%.
heard-
Took you a moment.
I was
Yes.
like, why does he want 9%?
Yeah.
But I've heard really good things. I've had some people play, and I'm like, oh, like how is it? And they're like spending a lot of time in it. It's a really good kind of exploration game, so they really like it for that, or more than just exploration, but great for that at least. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did have a horrible launch, but can you imagine a game nowadays having that kind of launch, but like years later? Because it came out in 2016, so that's 10
Right.
years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Almost.
The games aren't given the chance to like be
And it
revived.
only
It-
came
yeah,
out-
exactly,
yeah.
right?
And it only
It
came
came out
out
10
on
years
one
ago.
platform as well. It only came out on
Yeah.
PlayStation
On
when it first
PlayStation, yeah.
launched.
Oh, yeah, and then it was horrible. People like talked about how bad it had
Yeah.
such bad reviews.
I played
like-
it at launch. It was tough.
It was bad, right? Yeah, every people that played it said so. But like, can you imagine a game being received this way now? Like coming out, let's say this year, last year, whatever, like the last few years, coming out that way, like bad reviews, really
Yeah.
just bad overall.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, being absolutely very positive reviews on Steam and like being
Yeah.
played by so many people and like being
Yep.
absolutely loved at the moment. Like a
Well-
lot of people really love this game.
That-
I don't think that
that's
would
why
ever
it's like
happen.
I feel like a core shift that has happened over the past 10 years is like even more so that investors have a death grip on the industry.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And investors are going to
They
go
wanna
towards
just
the
get
new
their money
shiny
back.
thing, and they are not going
Yep.
to necessarily reward something that has been around for a long time just because it's been around for a long time.
Well, they want shareholder money, and they want the
Yeah.
money now, not thinking about like long-term returns. It's short-term returns now, and if you
Mhm.
do not get that short-term return, then
Instantly get it.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part, because like gaming is, well, used to be at least more of a long-term type of thing. Like that's what the tweet was saying, right? It's like you
Mhm.
create your game, you build upon your game, and as your game gets more popular, then you expand your studio to support the game, right? That's kind of to be fair, it's a logical thing. When you think about any type of business or any type of product, you create the thing, you start small, and then you build upon that, and then as it
Mhm.
grows, then you grow also your company to support that, right? Like the demand. But like that's not a thing anymore. Well, it's not a thing. It's not really a thing anymore. And there's this huge shift where it's all about the money instead of
Mhm.
the community. And I think that's a big issue in gaming in general, just as an industry. And we're not even talking about communities as communities within games. We're just going to talk about like as a general thing. Like
Yeah.
games used to be made by gamers. Studios used to be gamers, right? They used to be run by gamers. Maybe not all the time, but mainly it was like very passionate people that wanted to make games for gamers because they themselves were gamers and they loved games and they wanted to make better games or more
little
games or
bit.
whatever.
A little bit of a shift. The most recent news coming out of Xbox. Have you heard
Yeah.
who the new
Yeah.
Oh,
uh,
I've seen.
the
Yeah,
new lead is going
I'm
to
afraid
be?
of that too.
Head of the
Yeah.
AI division. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Never
it's
like it doesn't have any
it's big-
gaming experience
Nope.
whatsoever. Comes from the AI.
I don't know. Did you
As-
see that whole thing that she did? Some people say it's fake, but she was getting harassed
Did
so
she
much.
use AI
had-
to do it?
I don't know, but
Some
she
people say
basically
that.
she shared her Xbox account to prove her gamer worthiness of like all the games she had played
Okay,
and like
but like
completed. I don't know if
you
it's real or
developed
not. 'Cause
games? Have you overseen, like, you know,
I think the bigger
Well,
problem
here's
is
something
I
is that
can't share my gaming account and be like, yo, I'm gonna go run fucking Sony now, you know? Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
could be
there's yeah.
totally out there, but if things aren't working the way that they are now, maybe they need to go for a totally out of the box approach to it. Like this might
Yeah, but
be
if
a
that
really, really smart move. We just don't realize it yet.
Man,
I'm trying to
maybe
be
my
optimistic here. I am trying so
sure.
hard.
my biggest concern is that she's coming from the AI side of Microsoft because
That's what
and
most
that's
people are
another
worried
big
about.
issue. It's another big issue. And I mean maybe that's not what she's gonna push for, which we don't know, right? We're gonna give
Yeah.
her like the runner a chance to give her a shot, sure. But my biggest like fear, I guess, if you want, is that like the tech industry, anything that's related to computers or technology or whatever, right now, gaming is also starting to lean into that way too much, is that everybody is leaning into the AI bubble. And I'm so sorry, it is still currently a bubble. It has not, as of yet, no AI company has really been profitable in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Right? If one AI company has been profitable, please give me the source. I want to read about it. But as far as I know, no AI company has, as of now, been profitable. Yet the whole tech industry is shifting towards AI, and they're pushing it so hard. It's causing so many issues on so many different levels. I'm not going to touch that, but what I'm afraid of is that
RAM prices are crazy.
RAM,
Western
not
Digital
even
is
just
out of
RAMs,
storage for the
hard
year.
drives, storage,
So
all of
many.
it.
GPUs,
so many
like the same. Like,
GPUs,
Nvidia isn't
RAMs.
gonna like release a new GPU
They're not releasing
this
the
year or
GPUs
next
this year. Yeah.
It's all of these things, right? And so, like, what I'm afraid of is that because she's coming from the AI side, she's also going to push hard into it and just going to make
Your
it even like a
bias is gonna be
bigger
there.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, which like I hope not. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm so afraid of that because so many
Like,
companies
if
are
I've worked
already
in
pushing into
kitchens
that.
before, if I worked in kitchens before where I only use like this one brand and I move to another kitchen and I'm
Yeah,
now cooking with like another brand, I'm like,
it's
actually, I
hard.
like that other brand better. Let me use that to, get my job done.
Yeah, and like
I
she
just
hasn't really worked in studios and stuff also as far as we know. Again, like you might be a gamer, but if you don't know the industry, it's a different thing to be a gamer than to be like a dev, right?
Yeah.
They're two different things. So
with
I'm
I don't
Xbox
know.
happy that
specifically. Go
she's
ahead.
a woman.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
happy
I'm
about that, but
happy
here's
we have another
okay,
woman
Sammy.
in leadership.
Yes, but here's my thing, because this is the thing that happens often, and this is something I'm afraid of. There is often, very often, where they will put a woman in like a leadership position because they want her to take the fall for something.
Oh
It's a
yeah, I
known
didn't even
thing.
think
I
about
cannot
that.
remember. Yeah, I
Now,
cannot remember the
I
name of
didn't
that
even
thing,
think
but
about that, but it is a thing.
in
yes.
saying that, right, Phil Spencer was basically training up Sarah Bond to be his successor, right? And you could see that over the last 10 years of her basically going from E3 to the Microsoft showcases and everything, kind of like leading those, with him and in other aspects. So for her and Phil Spencer to basically just retire, literally saying, yeah, I'm retiring on Monday, and her to leave and not even
She is
like give a
dead.
reason or like what she's
It's
doing
a
next. Those two are like out,
yeah.
like
It
100%
seems
for
like a
like what Sammy's
protest.
saying. That was going to be Sarah Bond next.
But that's the thing, right? So like I've heard people say that Phil Spencer leaving like not randomly, but like suddenly like that was a protest type of thing. And now like she's stepping in, and I'm like, oh, is she being stepped in because whatever? Like some people in chat are saying like, oh, she's a fixer. Okay, but is she being put in this position because she's gonna take the fall for something? Because that's a thing. I can't remember the name of that thing, but it's a thing that happens where like they put women in position to take the fall for whatever issue there was or whatever. So I don't know.
I mean, Phil Spencer has he's been the head of Xbox for a long time now. At least as far back as I can remember. So like
a decade, yeah.
Yeah, him retiring from Xbox, it makes more sense like this time around. The Sarah Bond thing is the thing that like kind of tells me something about what's going on about what's about them the business side of
It's
Xbox games
suspicious.
there. It's a little suspicious.
It's very
there.
suspicious.
Yeah.
It also
Um,
depends on whether or not they even care to still do gaming. Like I don't
Yeah.
think anyone can say Microsoft for at least the last few years have truly cared about gaming. They have even pushed the whole. They don't really care about their first party games anymore. Pretty much every first party game is on every platform now, which is
Okay.
in the
seems
console
to-
wars, which will always be around. Is like Sony's not doing that. Like
Yeah.
No.
Microsoft
That
wants to be
Sean in
somebody
chat-
out, and Sony's not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sean in
that
chat
seems to have
said it.
been-
It's called a glass cliff. Thank
Yeah.
you. That's the term I was looking for. Thank you.
That seems to have been the that seems to have been the modus operandi for the past few years, though, is that like Xbox is like, oh, we're gonna shift away from consoles and we're gonna try to go to a service model, and then the service model, like, while it did well for a while, I don't how many people still have Game Pass after it like got more
Nope.
expensive. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
kept
but
it
that's the
kept going up
thing.
in price. Didn't help. Like I think a lot of
Yeah.
people
That's
liked it,
every
but
Oh no,
streaming
it's
service
everything.
now.
Yes, it's
And like
everything.
that's the thing. That's the thing with streaming services.
But they put it
was
up by like
convenient and
double
cheap.
price, didn't they?
they doubled
Something
it.
like
Yeah.
that. It was crazy. But like that's the thing with streaming services. They used to be convenient and
Yeah.
cheap, and the cheap part was like a big selling point. It was convenient. It had like a lot of stuff on it. Like Netflix, for example, had a lot of. I mean, Netflix was the first one, had everything on it. It was cheap. People were like, "Yes, absolutely, sign me up." And then it started to get stuff removed because more company wanted their streaming services. So now we have like 5,000 streaming services for everything, and
Yeah.
like they're somewhat convenient, but not as much anymore because everything is like split up. And then you have to pay for all of them, and they're all extremely expensive. So you've lost the convenience factor by a fair bit, and you're also extremely expensive. So what do you have for yourself? Kind of
Mhm.
nothing. A lot of people are going back to like physical media because of that. I myself, I'm going back to like DVDs and whatnot because I'm tired of paying for some of this stuff. But
Yeah.
that's a big thing. Like Xbox was useful and very convenient and fairly cheap, so people were like, absolutely, sign me up. And now it's
Right.
like expensive and not that great for a lot of people.
Yeah. Not so what we're before we like turn this podcast into Andy Rooney like 5 Andy Rooneys just talking about capitalism. Should we talk about Destiny 2?
I feel like we should.
What's
I
Yeah.
feel
that?
like we should move
That's
on to
talking
that.
about capitalism as well, though.
Yeah,
Right
that's talking
now.
about capitalism as well. But like I don't know, man. I just wanted to get in before we're like, hey, it used to be we cut the cables and now we got more cables than ever. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to hit that off. at the
I
pass a little bit.
avoided that though. I didn't say it because I was like,
You
I didn't
got
want to get
very
into
close. You
but
came to the lip of
I
that
know.
argument.
But I didn't.
Very,
I didn't
very
push it
to the
I
edge.
avoided it.
I started
I'm proud of you.
seeing your shoulders hunch over and the gray suit start to form on your back.
Back in my
No, but I
day.
avoided it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
avoided it
Back
on
in my day
purpose.
thing.
No, I
Have you
avoided it on
heard Seth talk
purpose.
about Destiny though? She's the
Oh
exact
yeah.
same.
No, I've seen her turn into Andy Rooney there. So
Dude. Passion. That's all I have to say. Passion.
understandable.
Passion.
So this week in Destiny, pretty much like why we're gathered here today, is because we finally got word about the upcoming Shadow and Order release that was scheduled
Previously,
to come
Shadow
out,
and Order.
previously
Yeah.
Shadow and Order
It's
that was
changed
scheduled
name,
to
right?
release on March
don't know the new name.
5th or on March 3rd, right? So
Something like that.
we're gonna go through. I'm gonna read the paragraphs individually, and then we'll talk about each section. Does that sound pretty all right?
Sure.
All right, cool. So they posted. This was posted in the Twit as well as online the Wednesday before. Our next major update, Destiny 2 Shadow and Order, is undergoing large revisions and will be delayed. The update is being changed and expanded to include sizable quality of life updates, and as a result, we will also be renamed. This update will now launch on June 9th, 2026. We will provide exact details closer to release, covering previously announced weapon tier upgrading, but also additions like expanding tiered gear, to all raid and dungeon activities. Pantheon 2.0, tier 5 stats for exotic armors, and more. Okay. Let's talk about that first section here where they're talking about, okay, so now we know that it's going to be pushed back to June 9th. These are the things that you're going to get with it. First of all, how do we feel about Shadow and Order, or whatever it's going to be called next, being pushed into that 3 months later?
Not surprised.
Not the first time.
On some
I am
levels.
surprised. No,
Mhm.
I'm only
You are?
surprised.
I was like, what?
Yes, I expected. I've been on board of it being a late April, early May launch.
Mm-hmm.
It
Oh, you're
made
supposed to say
more
the length
sense.
of the delay. Okay. That's fair.
The length of the delay for me is
Oh, I
very
see.
alarming. It's very alarming.
I
And not a
thought you meant
positive
like you were surprised by the fact that they delayed it, which I was like, how? Like that made no sense to me. But the fact that they delayed it
No.
so far, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not our
No.
longest delay. That's 4 months, isn't it? But it is one of the longer delays at 3 months.
But it's also not an expansion.
I would also argue it's
Technically.
the longest non-expansion delay,
Yeah, exactly. It's not an expansion.
Yes.
and that's why it's also alarming. Like a lot of people that are like, "Oh, 3.5 months. That's nothing. We've dealt with 6 months." Whereas every other delay that has been 3, 4, 5, 6 months has always been the end of this delay is an expansion, which means we
It's
have
something
at least a
bigger.
year's worth of content with big content
Mhm.
coming. The
you're
alarming
exactly
part for
right.
me was like, oh, this is almost 3 months for a free update. And even all the stuff that they
Yeah.
listed, Pantheon, exotic tiers and all that we were supposed to get months ago, all this stuff is, none of it is stuff that would have been coming, that would not have been coming anyway. All of the stuff that they talked
Right.
about is quality of life stuff and stuff that we knew was coming with Shadow and Order, or previously known as Shadow and Order.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the history of delays, historically, every single delay has come with brand new content that has made that content drop feel more hefty, more strong. Forsaken was as big as it was. We got Shadow Throne because of the delay. Into the Light, we got like all of that was because of the delay. Warmind, we got, anyone played Warmind back then during Curse of Osiris. We got a
Mhm.
big Warmind update. We got Escalation Protocol because of the delay. Forsaken, we got Prismatic, Dual Destiny, we got Verity and Salvation's Edge because of the delay. Historically, the delay means that next content drop is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that technically, as far as right now, no new stuff is coming. All we know is that this update, whatever they call it, the only thing we know that's going to be kind of new is that all the raids are going to get added into this tier 5 system.
Yeah. Which is great.
So it's
Like,
cool.
that's cool.
My
Mhm.
issue with it is, to talk very quickly about player numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone comparing this coming up Pantheon to 2024 Pantheon is going to be in for a rude awakening. We don't have the amount of players that are going to be raiding. We don't have the amount of players that are playing the game in general. And if player numbers are not strong right now, how strong are they going to be in 3.5 months? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We were
I
already
agree.
playing pretty heavily when Pantheon was coming. We were already playing Onslaught. We were already playing Whisper. We had a lot of stuff already. So player numbers were pretty high. And then Pantheon dropped. So now we need to see how it's going to look like when no one really is playing, because you're going to play Guardian games next month. You're going to play Iron Banner one time. And that's in early April. You pretty much have nothing content-wise to play for, just say, a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And are there going to be enough players that can play Pantheon for it to be as big of a success? And this time, Pantheon, which is going to be hopefully the thing people care about, Pantheon's going to probably have feats. And it's probably going to have Banes. So it's like you have a lot, like Pantheon's not going to be the same this time. So if it's more difficult to compensate for how strong we are as players, with Mint Retrograde, with the other Arc Pulse, with the Lucky Pan, we have a lot of really strong stuff. Prismatic. Imagine what Pantheon back then would be like with the tools we have now. I just don't see like it's I don't see Pantheon being as big of a success this time just because of where the player base is now, which is very unfortunate. And if Pantheon fails, or if Pantheon isn't the big success again, then that also is very alarming long term. So we'll see. Like a lot of the stuff, none of this is going to be new. And I do wonder what new stuff is going to get added for this delay. Because historically it's been good, but we've also had way more people playing the game. We've also had way more content leading into this previous updates. And most of the time those updates have been expansions.
Yep.
Something that came to mind for me was like, there's a lot of speculation that people were pulled off of Destiny in order to move over to Marathon to make sure that it ships. I don't know that we have a particular source on that.
They would never say it though.
Yeah,
They
they would never
wouldn't.
say it.
But it definitely seems it happens in the industry frequently.
Right. So
I think there was something about the PvP team, like
The PvP
Being
strike,
That makes
strike team,
sense.
maybe.
yeah, the strike team was basically moved. Now this is like a couple years ago, and there was like speak on Twitter between devs and after comments made in the twid. But yeah, that was basically everyone was like left to like assumptions after what was said.
But that
in
strike team was like
regards to
100 devs though. Like that's even if 100 devs left, we should still have had like that's not the entire company, you know.
No.
So it's I don't know. Like
yeah, my thought was if that were the case, and they moved people off, they probably were also taking the feedback from Ash and Iron, and the things that the community really didn't like about that. Maybe they looked at what they had planned for Shadow and Order, and they're like, this isn't as strong as something that we're about to put out immediately afterward. Let's wrap these things together and just call it something else. In that meantime, somebody in chat earlier brought it up of like Marathon launching on the 5th and Destiny having a new update on the 3rd. Well, to me, that would speak to a studio that is strong enough to be able to launch 2 games and to maintain the weight of those 2 games. Them needing to move that also makes sense on a marketing perspective, because they need time for Marathon to settle out and for Sony to say whether it was a success or not by the end of the month when they do their shareholders call, right?
Yeah.
So
It's ambitious to also,
yes,
if you have 2 healthy games, even if Destiny was healthy, it would be very ambitious because they would cannibalize one another.
Absolutely.
So it's
Bungie
smart that
did
they
say
delayed
that they
them.
would do that though. Like I think the other problem is that Bungie went on the record saying that Destiny wouldn't be affected by Marathon. They were like, you know, we believe we can handle producing both games. Now they
But
might.
wasn't that before they delayed Marathon? Or am I crazy?
So this was about last summer. Like, what's funny, like I talked about this on the podcast a while ago. Before the Marathon delay, September 9th, September like 10th, whatever, Marathon was supposed to come out with like a day or two before Ash and Iron. So they were going to have the same situation again. You know, it's like that's the thing I don't understand about this one. I understand it that, you know, like Dan said, like marketing and all that stuff. But if it had not gotten delayed, we would have had the same situation back in September. We would have had Ash and Iron. and Marathon within 5 days of each other. So like, what changed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't it then that they got some scandals related to like the art stuff and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, they
and
had
then
all
got
they had all the
pushed.
issues. But if they didn't have the issues, we would have still had Destiny content and Marathon content in the span of a week.
But maybe at that time, again, like I'm playing devil's advocate here, but maybe at that time, like the Destiny player base was a little bit stronger. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
they
like
were stronger then.
conjectures right now.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking like maybe that's why they were like, oh yeah, it will work, quote unquote, if we do that, blah blah blah. And also, to be fair, it could have been like hopeful on their part. I don't know. Or like maybe I don't want to say boasting, but a little bit of boasting of like, yeah, we can handle it. Like Destiny can handle
Yeah,
it.
that was around
It's
the
fine,
time they were
whatever.
like, we plan on putting both of these games out. That's when
Mhm.
they were
Mhm.
about to start doing this weekend marathons and all that. They were like really trying to flex that they can produce
Do both.
Destiny
Yeah.
and Marathon in their own cadences. So it's just been really interesting to see that like it's obviously changed because they have a much more strong laser focus on Marathon, which I totally get.
Yeah.
Like you should focus on your brand new. It's brand new, even though it's not brand new, but your brand new IP getting the best probable first day. Like that launch May 5th is probably their most is basically their like Super Bowl. It's very important that first day, first 24 hours. It's just strong. So I get that.
Mhm.
I think it's sooner than that though. I think the server slam is
tough.
probably the
Would you
Super
say
Bowl.
the server slam?
Yeah.
because that's got it like
I think that's almost more important.
yeah. That has
I
to
can
go
see that, yeah.
smooth to showcase the game. And then in order to encourage people to purchase the game too.
I was
for
gonna
that
say the
Thursday.
purchasing is more important, but like I can see like you have that because like what if the server slam technically goes off really well,
Mhm.
but it doesn't generate the extra sales for that launch date. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's going to generate sales until the launch date. My guess is that most people are going to end up purchasing Marathon, maybe not even launch day, maybe not even the 5th, but that weekend. I think people are going to play the server
Maybe,
slam
yeah.
and then realize they want to come back and play Marathon live on the weekend when they're finally back from like or home from work and things like that. So I don't think that they would end up purchasing. I think that's most of the sales from the server slam that they otherwise wouldn't have gotten will come a week later, is what I'm guessing.
It's the
see
reaction
that,
to the
yeah.
server slam that's
'Cause
gonna
then
be
people
like
are
a
gonna think,
big thing.
oh, I want to go and play
that's
that.
valid. Yeah.
This seems like I have time. What do I want to do? Oh, I really enjoyed Marathon this past week. I
Yeah.
think maybe I want to
Yeah.
play Marathon.
Yeah. Then I can go,
So-
the first 24 hours is the server slam. Yeah. Based off of that, yeah. I can see
That
being their Super Bowl.
reaction, yeah, that reaction has to be extremely positive for them.
Yeah.
Like that's their winning ticket. Like if it's not really positive, oof, that's
Well,
gonna
I
be
also
rough.
in
It
listening
needs
to
to
other
stay
shows that
positive.
in listening to other shows that talk about games, like it's not it almost feels like some shows are like, this is a foregone conclusion almost of like how this is going to go. And so maybe that's helping to shape some of the narrative around marathon as well. But if it the way that the art scandal was talked about, that's going to be dogging on it. So that's already one thing on their back.
That's been
Server
dogging
Slam,
on it, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Server Slam also has to go well, or else it's just another thing to heap on to that. And then that's all that news cycle will be for the first week. So
Yeah.
it's really got to be good.
It's like any new game that's coming out. It feels, at least that's what it feels to me. Like I don't play all of those games, but I see the news article coming and so on and so forth, right? All the news and then stuff. And it feels like a lot of the new games coming out, it always starts like maybe not always, but like it's so much negative. Like every time a new game comes out, I feel like all you hear about is the negative things. And like
Because folks
they
aren't gamers.
always
They're not gamers. People aren't gamers.
I mean,
They're not
maybe,
gamers.
but like it just feels like every time
They're just
you read a
haters.
news article, they're just trying to hit it first with the negative. And I'm like, I get it. Not everything is good. Don't get me wrong. Like that's fair. But can we talk about the positives too? Like, can we not try to make everything negative? Like, I don't know. It just feels
Yeah.
like this shift that happened. And every time you hear something new about new games and so on and so forth, it's always the negative and it's never really the positive. And it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Well, because that gets clicks. Like that's
Journalistic
I get
integrity
that.
is at
Yeah,
an
for
all-time
sure.
low, and they gotta get clicks and they gotta get the ad revenue.
Ugh,
yes.
it's so frustrating.
So, I mean, if they're pushing it back to June 9th, I'm hoping that makes the I'm hoping that makes Destiny better the more time that they have on it. It is disappointing that there's not going to be new Destiny content coming out on the 3rd, but I'm hoping that it's good.
I have a question.
I'm a fan of what they've talked about with the tiers. I've already had people in my chat talking about like being excited to start like getting some of those pieces together because they thought that was they like me thought that was something that should have been probably at launch to keep those activities current and up to snuff with them. Now, will those raids and dungeons also receive feats? If much like what you were talking about with Pantheon 2.0 possibly receiving feats, that's yet to be seen. I would think that they would possibly do that with a tiered system, but who knows? There was also
I don't know
something
if they
about
could do that for 19 of them.
there was something
Or
about
have
the
every
red
mini race
borders
they have.
too, right? They were also going to be
So
receiving
they
tier
addressed
5
they
stats.
addressed the crafting,
Yeah.
and they addressed that because of all the other raids having the red border system and the crafting, the way that they're going to allow us to take those crafted weapons and make them tier 5 is they haven't talked about it yet, but there will be a system. My thinking is there's going to be a currency, unfortunately, that we have to go into the raid and do to take that currency to the enclave and turn it into a tier 5. That's my thinking what Bungie normally does with these kind of things, because they don't want us to have to go back and refarm everything, but they have to give us some sort of agency around our gear. But you are going to have a system, some kind of system that will allow you to take your current crafted weapons and new crafted weapons and make them tier 5.
Yeah,
Easiest way for them is probably just a currency that drops in the raids.
Yeah.
Just sunset it all.
Don't, please, for the love of God. I have a question though, because somebody brought it up a little bit in chat earlier. So the new content, well, what was supposed to be the new content is being pushed out by like 3.5 months. But somebody said that the next expansion would be like a little bit after. Have they talked about?
So here's
that's
what I was saying. The
They
more
haven't talked about
alarming
much.
thing about that is when in that posting they mentioned nothing about content after Shadow and Order.
Okay.
So I wish if someone wants to go back and find the podcast episode, I asked on a podcast like back in January or late December. We had a discussion about it, and I talked about how likely were we to get the next 2 years of expansions. And we talked about, we went back and forth about how they already told us Shadow Cycle and Alchemist, and I pushed back saying we don't have a true name for it. We don't have a launch date. We don't have a price point. The only thing we know that we have coming, that we have physical either paid for or we know that we're getting that's in the pipeline, is Shadow and Order. And we at that time we had technically no other content coming past Shadow and Order. This is back when we knew it was supposed to come out in March or April.
Yeah.
Knowing what we know now, the thing that alarms me, until they say otherwise, is that whatever they were working on for maybe Shatter Cycle or whatever they call it, the new content that we're going to get from this delay is that, and we don't get a new expansion. They take the small parts of it and they merge it into Shadow and Order, because now you got to figure out what you're going to do for content in June versus in March, because now Renegades was in December, so now we won't have had any new content in 6.5 months, and this new content won't be expansion level content. So I wish I was thinking about it last night. I was like, I wish I could find what episode I talked about it, because back then I was like, this doesn't feel like Warmind days. This doesn't feel like other time. It doesn't feel the same as other times we've had delays. Whereas even with their wording, generally with delays, they've talked about we'll have a Vidoc or we'll have a developer note. We'll have something talking about the next expansion. In this tweet,
They
they
didn't
don't
even
say a
have an
word about it.
article.
Yeah, nothing.
They didn't even have a
And
blog
still,
post.
Nothing.
They had a social
So as
media
of right
post.
now, we have no new content after June, and the content we're getting in June is Shadow and Order based content. So I really would like for them to, hopefully in the next 2 months, sooner or later, they have to just sit us down and be like, all right, listen. Some people have argued online that they don't even know if they can keep working on Destiny, or they can't even keep working on Shadow Cycle or whatever, because Sony has to tell them, okay, you can do this now. So it's very interesting where we are now versus where we are in Renegades, especially with Marathon. Because Marathon, I personally, if it was still getting delayed to April, May, I would have still felt that, okay, they're delaying this because they want to have a all eyes on Marathon focus. It being delayed to June leads me to believe personally that is not as much the case for one way or another. You know, Marathon's big launch is only going to be March. So, like, why are we delaying it 3.5 months?
Yeah.
Because most people are not going to be. It isn't the kind of game that needs that big of a window. And March is the end of the fiscal year anyway.
Yeah.
So that's been what I've been racking my brain with the last, I don't know, 72 hours. It's like, that's why earlier I said I was surprised. Because I was still believing that, okay, we're pushing it back for Marathon. Okay, middle of May, I get it. Give us a 6 weeks to really just hone in on Marathon. Get out of the honeymoon phase and then start working on building both games. But June, that is a totally, until they tell us otherwise, that's like a totally different delayed situation.
Well, another thing too, because people have been clamoring for a roadmap now, right? Or like they've been, they introduced the idea of a roadmap. What was it? Last year? Tail end of last year?
That roadmap they announced was in October.
Yeah. So
isn't that the last thing we got?
Well,
we didn't get a roadmap. We got like a content schedule.
We got a content schedule for Renegades.
Yeah. So we got that. We got the promise of a roadmap, and then nothing. Right? Well, in like December, early January, it's expected, because that is historically when they've taken vacation in order to, like, rest and relax, be with family during the holidays and everything. And they should take it. Roadmap wise, we haven't really seen much or heard much about that, and I don't think that we will necessarily.
I don't think we're going to see one.
I think they're going to, in the past, they've done things in the past where they'll have devs on the couch, usually with DMG, talking about the future of the game. I'm not going to, I'm not going to believe any dates until we're like 2 weeks out from where they're saying, and we start seeing hype train, like the hype train roll up for with trailers and stuff again. Because at this point, I don't think that players can really trust any date that is given. Like,
not anymore. No.
yeah.
Yep.
Like June 9th, I'll believe June 9th better when we're 2 weeks out and we have stuff. Like,
once we see like hype trailers, like you said, or like they do,
Yeah.
they do all the Destiny trailers, and it ends with like Shadow and Order June 9th, pre-order. Once I see that, then I know okay,
Yeah.
we stamped this date.
Yes. Because that's them like basically etching it in
I
stone.
mean, people were already complaining. Yeah, but like people
People
were
will
already
always complain.
complaining like not even 2 weeks ago that no, but like the lack of comms,
Mhm.
right? That it's been very
The lack of comms are
light.
probably because they can't say anything.
No,
Like, I think that's one
I
thing
know
people don't
that,
get.
but it's one of those things where it's like we used to have way more interaction and communication from Bungie. Then they kind of went radio silent back in the day for way different reasons. But it's never really been back to what it used to be. And now, like recently, it's been even more glaring of how little communication we've had in general. Not even just about this, just in general.
Well,
Yeah.
So
and Sean also speaks.
That's
It's really
Sony though.
different.
That's definitely Sony. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
They're not.
maybe
They're not
that sucks if it is, but yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Sean
they're not
also-
an independent company anymore.
Right. Sean is also speaking to something of like, it's kind of insane to me that we haven't heard a peep from the new game director at all, ever. He has like no social media presence. He like, this was addressed back when he was announced. He has none. Like there's very little digital footprint on this guy other than like he directed these games and he came up with Halo's custom game system as far as I can remember. I don't think we're going to
But-
hear a peep out of him at all, period. Done.
Yeah, but that could still be done through the comp team
Yeah.
though. Like you could still hear from him through like
I don't
DMG, for
know.
example. Or you
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying we will. I'm just saying like the fact that he doesn't have a social media presence is not technically a hindrance because Destiny, Bungie, and Destiny has a comp team exactly for that, right? So like
Mhm.
I don't know if we will hear from him because again, maybe it's a Sony thing. I don't know, but I'm just saying like it's not technically an issue because we could technically still hear from him through the communication team. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's because he doesn't have a social media presence that we're not hearing from him. It's probably something completely different.
Yeah. I just don't think he's a communicative guy. I just period.
Remember
I don't
we
need
used
him
to
to be
get like
communicative. That I get.
communicative. No.
remember when we used to get like
Also
blog
that.
posts and like posts from Joe Blackburn all the time.
And like
Yeah.
Luke Smith is mentioned in the chat, like we were spoiled for a long time with directors who liked to get out in front of things, and
Yep.
like even when they had to eat crow, they were willing to do so very publicly. I just don't think this guy is the same way. And yeah,
Those independent years are you just got to remember like that was a nice time. But
Yeah.
those are like the years where they were independent, where they could do what they wanted to. Like it's ever since they've taken Sony. If you look at the track record, their communication has gone down drastically, and it's more than likely
Absolutely.
simply because of Sony being like having to sign off on what you say,
Mhm.
which is I get it. If
Oh.
Sony owns you, they have some say,
Mhm.
and they probably have I don't want to say a leash, but they can give you some rope. And maybe right now they're like, no, don't say anything until we're ready for y'all to say something. So
Well,
it's like,
Sony did actually say something along the lines of like they're going to be reined in, or
Yeah.
Sony's going to have
Yeah.
a more
I
of
think
an
that was last year's
oversight.
investor call.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember
because
that.
once they were like, yeah, no, we're going to take over a lot more.
they gave him freedom for a while when they first bought him. And then once numbers and finances started going down, that's when they started
Yep.
like putting more hands on.
Mhm.
And that's
Yep.
only from like them having like the financial calls and like, we're going to be more hands on Bungie. We're going to have, I believe they have someone from Sony, either a liaison or in the studio every day, like they have more hands on, and Bungie doesn't have the ability to just free roam all the time. So it's very like, while I miss it as well, I miss the Joe Blackburn, tweets. I miss the videos. I miss the live streams. But it's very clear that like Sony has to sign off on a lot of this stuff because they are a Sony product now, which sucks. But it's like, you probably won't hear from Tyson because he just doesn't want to talk, but also because Sony's like, you're not talking,
Yeah.
Yep.
So moving into the next paragraph of this, it says through June you will continue to have routine bug fixes and stability improvements, continued portal modifiers, Guardian games coming in March, and the return of more frequent Iron Banner cadence, which I think we can all agree is not going to keep like a lot of hardcore players just on the treadmill of this game during that time. Like they might pipe in just to say hi, and then zoom out. They go on to say, in terms of communication, we'll be focusing on providing you with updates about our live game content, community activations, and general upkeep through the TWID and our Destiny social channels. They then go on to thank us for our continued patience and support, and they'll have more information on the next major update and future plans for Destiny 2 closer to launch. So,
Closer to launch. Yeah.
yes. So June 9th is the date that they're targeting. We'll have more
the tentative
about
date as of now.
Yes. Tentative date as of right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're telling, like, I commended them on Twitter for actually saying something to us. Like, after, just for saying, hey.
They had no choice if you saw the day before, though.
Oh, yeah.
They had no choice.
Wait, what happened the day before?
If you don't know, so they have Bungie schedules tweets every day. They clearly do that to like keep socials up. The day before, the night before, they put out a tweet at like 6 p.m. my time Central.
Oh,
and
like what are you grinding
this
for?
week. They were like, "What are you chasing this week? New reset this week. What are you chasing?" It was released in the middle of the night instead of at reset. But they also put that out there. And I responded, and a lot of people responded. They were like, "There's nothing to chase in the game right now. Where's my roadmap?" And it was basically every single comment was that. So the next morning, the tweet is deleted, and then they put out that post, the post we're talking about. So like they saw it. They deleted that tweet because every single comment was nothing to do with their tweet.
Yeah.
It was just, we need to know about the roadmap. We need to know about whether or not this is getting delayed or not. And they deleted it. And then it was like, okay, guys, we made a oopsie. We'll see you in a few months. It's just really bad timing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let's call it that. I don't know.
There's a part of me. I think I've talked about my idea of fandom here in the past of like I'm not such a huge fan of that. Like I like playing Destiny, but I'm also a fan of video games. I also feel like there are people who only play Destiny and do not care about video games.
Yeah.
That feels very weird to me.
Yep.
It is like somebody who only reads one book. That it tells me a lot about you if I know what that is. I wonder if a lot of this is like, if, from a fandom perspective, this might be a little bit of a tangent of like wanting to know information so that they can grieve, that they can grieve sooner if they need to.
They can let go.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. A lot of people just want to know. They wanted to know whether or not we were getting content because we thought, like, they put out that calendar last summer of Edge of Fate, Renegades, the big mid-season updates, and then they were like Winter 2026 Shatter Cycle and Alchemist, whatever. And then you have all the data miners who, will data mine the leaks that are working at Bungie. They were like May 5th for months. So it's valid.
Mm-hmm.
But people, I understand people wanting a roadmap because we were told we were going to get a roadmap.
Absolutely.
Had they not
Yeah.
said that, people would have still been asking for some form of communication, but it wouldn't have been like roadmap. It's also like when every tweet was coming out and they were talking about new player guides, they were talking about these weekly challenges that they were having without addressing the elephant in the room, which was, hey, you told us March 2026 this content is dropping. That all we know is a name. We just want to know what it is, what we can expect. I just want to prepare for what I need to do when it launches. And I think a lot of people gave them grace in January because, like Dan said, January is really when they are like still on holiday break.
Mm-hmm.
So when February came, they're like, okay, it's about time for y'all to start ramping up comms on this new like drop. Historically, you would be dropping about a month, 5 weeks out. And when they didn't, and they were like, hey, what are you doing in Destiny this week? We got this, that, and that. See you next week. And we're like, okay, what about our new content in a few weeks? And the next week, it kept happening and happening and happening. If it hadn't happened for so long, I think it wouldn't have been as big of a deal. But this was probably like the 7th week that people were like, I would like to know what's going on in March. And then I think it got worse because Sony started really putting out content around Marathon at the beginning of the month. And so like you see all this promotion and all this talking about Bungie, but it wasn't Destiny. And I think that really hurt some of the hardcore Destiny fans like that. It's obvious because like I just want to know when the content is coming that I want to play, but all Bungie's talking about right now is a Marathon.
Right.
And it goes back to what you were saying about them saying that Marathon would not affect Destiny. But then it clearly is somehow affecting Destiny, even though they said it wouldn't. So I think that also made people, it made it more painful for a lot of players, in my opinion.
I also want to
I think it's going to be really weird.
Go
ahead. I think it's going to be really weird when DMG starts tweeting about Marathon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if
I think that's going to be really, really strange.
I do wonder if they're going to keep DMG around. Well,
he's been retweeting stuff.
From what I've seen, I've seen some content and comms around Marathon for DMG, but I've mainly seen the comms come from Cosmo and Bruno. Like a lot of their comms have been just Marathon. Like, I haven't seen Cosmo tweet about Destiny-based stuff for a while. And a lot of Bruno stuff has been, he pushed out that Tau Ceti thing. He pushed out that a lot of the posts that Sony put out, he's pushed out himself to his audience. So I do wonder if DMG is going to just focus still on Destiny, and then you have Cosmo and Bruno focusing on Marathon.
Well, and Andy's
that makes sense.
Andy Salisbury is also working heavily on Marathon too.
Right.
Is he? He's back with Bungie. I didn't know that.
I think
Andy Salisbury, not I think we're talking about two different Andys.
I'm thinking of the other Andy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Andy.
Wait.
Yes, that's something.
But Andy Salisbury literally says Global Community Lead Marathon. It says in his title. Like he is Marathon now.
Yes.
Okay.
Salisbury is also a Marathon. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So fair on that side.
I also want to speak to something. So maybe when I made that broad generalization about people who only play one game, I wasn't very clear in the target of that exactly. I don't necessarily mean people that have 40-hour jobs that only play Destiny because that's the game that they can play. I also have a 40-hour job. I understand how that is. mine, that was mainly aimed at people who don't have 40-hour jobs, and like that's Destiny is all they play and all they ever will play is essentially what I mean there.
You
So-
mean the people who make Destiny
One
their
trick
entire
pony.
personality? That's
Yes.
different.
Yeah, one trick
Mhm.
pony.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very, very astute shift there. So my apologies if I offended anybody on that. But yeah, it's just a weird time. I think the grief thing, like with how many studios have been shuttered, with how many studios Sony has shuttered recently.
Mhm.
Especially Sony. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we just had Blue Point on Thursday. Was that right?
Yeah,
Like,
something like that. Yeah.
That also
week for
doesn't.
sure.
Have you? It doesn't help Marathon. I don't know. Like I saw the one posting about that Sony put out hyping Marathon, and everyone was like, "Give me Demon Souls, give me Shadow Colossus, give me my Blue Point Studio
Yep.
because they were the ones that worked on a lot of that content."
mhm.
So that also mentioning of
Who
stuff
is
that
Blue
like
Point?
they are
Yeah.
a company that makes a lot of the ports from Sony games.
Mhm.
Oh,
God of War Ragnarok, Shadow
okay.
Colossus, God of War Trilogy, some of that stuff. Demon Souls, some From Software stuff. So a lot of people
So-
under every Marathon posting now is like, I'd rather play my next Demon Souls or Dark Souls game instead of this, you know.
I think they also had worked on like some sort of live service game as well, and that didn't take, and so that was like it didn't.
I don't think
ship.
it even came out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it
they
didn't
pitched
ship.
it and it got like they just didn't greenlight it.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah, God of War.
God
It
of
was God of
War.
War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that that game that was recently cancelled was basically an early access, and it was like Pirate Software. He was like one of the really big sort of
Mm-hmm.
hype ups for it. Basically like a medieval, fully like sim sort of game. I can't remember the name of it, but that
Oh.
was just like that's completely gone under. The entire studio's gone under because pretty much the like guy in charge of it is basically just it was
Crazy.
all scam in the end, and he just took everyone's money and just ran and just shut the entire
Wow.
project down.
No way. Oh my
Can't
god.
remember what that's called.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate time in the industry of games.
It's a difficult time.
Yes,
I think.
very difficult time. Yeah, like they said they're going to be sharing communications through the Twit and social channels. That's pretty standard fare. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll like have to hold our breath and hope that June 9th is the date that we get these things. Yeah, it's just
I'm holding my breath more for the future. Like,
yeah.
It's a bit grim.
I just want them to tell us like we're still getting content, like we're still getting those 2 expansions, or just tell me like the state of the game moving
Yeah.
forward of the next year. That's really all I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Because like based off of other games I've played, other games I've researched about, it seems to me that y'all are like not y'all, but like Bungie is either being told or is being forced to slowly put Destiny in a end of life state of maintenance, whether they're forced
Yeah.
or not. And that's
I'd
what
say
worries
that.
people. Well,
Worries me.
that's why I want to see what the Shadow and Order update is going to be. If it ends
Mhm.
up being an update that's putting it in a state of containment where it gets a few updates, one big update, and that's going to be what it is for a foreseeable future, then I would rather you let us know that early, because that's the grieving Dan's talking about. Because all of the signs are there, and they also did this in D1,
Mm-hmm.
where they did a lot of the same updates, put
Age
them
of
into the
Triumph?
game. Age of Triumphs, they put it into the game, gave us a lot of the stuff we asked for, and that was it. The only difference is they didn't also say at the same time Destiny 2. We don't have a Destiny 3 that's going to come with it. So that's why people are worried, because we've already seen this recipe. We've already seen these patterns happen with Destiny 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Barry. Funny how a lot of these studio closures and layoffs all go back to a bet Jim Ryan put on service games while he was in charge of Sony. Yep.
Wasn't that
Yep.
during COVID too?
That was during COVID. Every company was getting a
When
lot of money to
everybody was
hire.
at home.
Everybody was at home.
Yep.
Everybody was a
Everybody
captive
was at home, but
audience.
like
They thought we were going to be at home forever, huh?
No, they didn't.
I guess so.
No, they didn't. I'm
A
sure
boy
some
could
of them
hope,
were
like,
formulating
They
this
thought
in.
we were
Well,
going
you
to be
say no, they
hermits.
didn't, and like realistically, maybe no, they didn't, but also they quote unquote planned, if you want, as if we were gonna be at home all the time.
Yeah.
So
Decisions at the top of things typically aren't human decisions.
no,
Yeah.
In a business
nope,
perspective.
very true.
So, yeah. Other than that, we got information about a bright dust pack for the Lunar New Year. We had we have a 20-minute speeds for Equilibrium, and a lot of fashion. And I do want to say a shout out to my friend Pickles, who did win Artist of the Week. Congratulations to
Shout
that.
out to Pickles, yeah.
Oh.
So, outside of that, that's all the news that I can think of in the realm of Destiny and Bungie.
They
There.
did give out the other emblem, by the way. If anyone did
Yes.
the Warlords Run
Yep.
challenge, that emblem is in the game now. So,
Which I had somebody
Just
tell
log
me
on
that
and
you
get your
needed to
bright dust
post
in
it. I saw somebody said you have to post your video of you doing it in order to get it, and I was like, that doesn't make sense to me.
No, that's if you wanted the movie of the week one.
Right.
Yeah.
yes and
Yeah.
no. I don't know. Did they end up deciding, because the conflicting information is what caused all the issues?
Okay.
And I think what they ended
will
up settling on
see
is
if
just
I
they
have
just gave
mine.
it to everyone.
They should have
Because
just given it to
DMG
everyone.
said one thing, and then the Destiny 2 account said a different thing. And then people were confused, because at first they had said you had to record it and then share and then post it and tag it to them. And then one of the other sources was like, if you post it and share it, you only have a chance at the emblem. And so that was a very confusing thing. So like, I think they ended up just giving movie of the week to everyone, and also just gave the Dark Age one to everyone who had completed it, regardless of whether or not you recorded or shared it.
Everyone who completed it, and this was specifically through the API, anyone who completed it ended up getting the Dark Age emblem.
Mm-hmm.
The movie of the week, you had to submit a form with the link to.
Yeah, you then had to do that
Do the
too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you would not get the movie of the week. So just completing it, you should get the
emblem.
Dark Age. I'm checking it right now to see.
I completed it. I didn't post it. I haven't checked to see if I got it yet or not. I'm sure I did. I'm sure it's fine. Even if I didn't get it, I'm more of a shader guy. So
I love shaders.
we've been going at this for about 2 hours. Why don't we answer some audience questions and then land this plane? Sound good?
For sure.
Oh,
Sounds good.
We're chatty.
All right. We are. I mean, it's been a month, man. It's been a month.
It's good.
There's Barry asks for question time. As though as tough as things are for Bungie right now, what seems like super crunch on marathon layoffs, how glad are they that they are not a Microsoft studio right now? I'd say pretty glad.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Sony's
Double
right
Fine's not.
behind them. Yeah.
Yeah. Double Fine's
Their strongest
a
choice is
Microsoft
to go to
studio.
Valve or Nintendo.
No, I wouldn't go with Nintendo though. Oh boy.
I do have the
And
emblem.
Nintendo don't be shutting down though. They keep their products.
Yeah, no joke.
True, but like if we think that Sony gives a leash, Nintendo is even more like tighter on their comms and whatnot. So
You mean you don't want to raid with Super Mario and Luigi?
Wahoo!
Wahoo!
6 Guardians
Valve
on
Benji
Yoshi's.
would be
Replace-
interesting though.
Mhm.
What?
Replace the Oracle sounds in Vogue with Wahoo!
Oh my God.
At different pitches.
Yeah, with different pictures of Mario.
Yeah.
sound.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like there's like I said, Double Fine is a Microsoft studio, and they put out the Keeper. Was that last year where you're a lighthouse roaming around? And then I think they're
I
about
thought
to
that was
put
the
out.
year before.
I'm not sure.
It might have been a year before. And then they also they're putting out a game where you where you make clay pots for spirits to be in, and it's a battle royale. So you have to break the pot in order to knock somebody out of the game.
Oh, I saw that. That was on the
Interesting.
Xbox upcoming games thing the other week,
Yep.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks like the most intense party game freaking ever, dude.
Double.
I was just watching it. I'm like, I want what they're having, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
If you haven't watched it
yeah,
yet,
guys,
watch
you
Psych
got to
Odyssey.
check this out. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to play it when it launches, Dan? Should we do like a game night? Like,
I would love to. That sounds fun.
yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that sounds
I'll
like
leave
a
it in
fever
your
dream
court
when
to
you
remind
describe it. Yes.
me.
We should just do it as a podcast. Just see how many people can get into a lobby. just
Yeah,
annihilate.
let's do it.
That would be fun.
With this mod, you can have a lot.
We should
Yeah.
do that on weeks there's nothing to talk about. Just fucking do a game night instead.
You know what? That sounds fun. That sounds good to me.
I am working on the D&D for all of us, so don't
Okay,
worry. That's
sick.
coming.
Let's go.
So,
Hell yeah, let's go.
You know.
Yapper Flapper asks, the comment about feats possibly for Pantheon. Do you think the system would work for Pantheon if it's like what we got during Into the Light? Example, tier 3 gear from Pantheon if you have no feats active. I don't know.
I don't know what feats are, so
I don't
I'm not
think
gonna talk about this.
Pantheon needs feats personally
Yeah,
because
just a one size fits all
Doing-
difficulty.
doing those boss fights at
It was
doing
already
those
so
boss
difficult.
fights at -40
Yep.
I think the challenge is already enough, especially when you add in Banes and Tormentors.
Mm-hmm. Pantheon was
Feats would
tough.
absolutely make it worse. Now you're gonna have a probably a portion of the community that's like, yeah, give me 5 feats, -50 Pantheon
Mm-hmm.
week 4. And I would have been okay with that 2 years ago, maybe when
Mhm.
the player base had more players, but
Yeah.
I don't think we're in a position for super hardcore elitism. I just
Yeah.
don't see it.
Jinx in
Nope.
chat is asking, but
I
why
agree
am I
with that.
farming those tiered weapons again? Into the Light was preparing us for the Witness, so what are we preparing for now?
There is a bit of a lack of direction. I was actually
Mhm.
talking with a friend when I was playing this week when we were doing like again still working my way through the campaign. It I understand that they're kind of trying to keep it very open and non-linear, and that's kind of fair, but at the same time, there is, to me at least, there is a bit of a lack of direction with the game and the story, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, what's the end goal here? What's
Mhm.
the cool, the journey is happening. Okay, I can try to enjoy the journey, but what am I going? Like, where am I going? What am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
what's all of this like aiming towards? That's a bit convoluted.
Finding
and
the
a bit-
9.
There
Okay,
you
but
go.
why?
They got it. They got to put a face to the 9. Like
Those guns have special
Yeah.
bullets. Those guns have special bullets that can bind the 9, and that's why you're grinding them
Yes.
again,
We're
especially
a
the tier
weapon.
5s. The tier 5s do it better.
It just yeah, it just feels a little
Yeah.
bit to me, like I said, it's to me, like maybe people have like different, experience and everything, but to me it feels a little bit convoluted, a little bit nebulous, and I'm just like, I would like a little bit more of a defined goal. It doesn't have to be complete details, but can I know what I'm aiming for? Like, I don't know. That's just me, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, and that could also be like something that they announce later, like
Yeah.
on June 9th, they say, okay, you're doing all these, or in the lead up, they go, you're doing all these things and you're getting it, but then you're preparing to do this thing, like the craziest thing ever, and it's like you're gonna ramp over the Constitution or something like that. Like
National
sorry.
treasure.
Yeah, national.
I'm going to
treasure.
go steal the Declaration
Yeah.
of Independence.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
they
those are
could
great
say
movies.
something like
I love
that,
those movies.
Those are great movies. Yeah.
and then like,
I
and
watch
then
them
announce
every
a date
year.
for the expansion. But it's like, I don't know. Right now, we don't know why we're
No, I
getting
know.
those.
That's what I was saying.
again.
Like Seth is right. Like we just need to know. We need direction, and we need to know what I need to.
Yeah.
Why am I farming the gear to prepare
Yeah.
for it? Like
I need
that.
I need a
I need to know
general
if this
sense of
baby's still
direction.
breathing, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like-
Just a general
Okay.
sense of direction. Because
I didn't mean like a literal
Alright.
baby. I mean like,
Okay,
your
yeah,
car
no,
is your
okay.
baby, right? Like, I'm
Sorry.
far out, guys.
I just,
Like a
whenever
Death
you said
Stranding
baby, I
baby?
pictured it
Oh
in my
my
head.
fuck. Oh my god.
but
That's
yeah,
what they
just a
should do.
general
They should-
sense-
Stuff like this that gets me canceled.
Yeah.
You
Gray
should
Fox says
just
we go to
take a-
Chicago
I
for the
got
last hot
that.
dog on earth.
Oh
A
god.
Nathan's hot dog.
Yep. Well,
Listen,
Chicago isn't really known for Nathan's.
Listen.
What would it be?
Who's Nathan and why are we talking about him?
I have
well,
no
if
idea
you're talking
either.
about a Chicago one, that'd be those Polish
Yeah.
dogs.
It would be
That's
the
what I'm
Ducks.
talking about.
They go to Ducks, which is
Oh
a
my God, I have no idea what you're talking
Chicago hot dog place. I've been to several times. Gray Fox. Question: what TV show would you want to see? Would you want to set in the Destiny universe? A crime drama, comedy, a day in the life of Sweeperbot?
Mass Effect.
Dude, I kind of want a short now of day in the life of a sweeper bot. No lie.
So
Just a short.
secret level would be perfect for this. For Destiny. Have you guys seen Secret Level
yeah,
or
man.
Love, Death, and
Yeah.
Robots?
Of course.
No, I
Both.
haven't. So sorry.
Okay.
Sort your
It's
shit
just
I'm bad.
tiny vignettes
Oi.
that are it's tiny vignettes that are CG and like 3D animated. They're from different studios that have also made some of the premiere game trailers that you've ever seen.
Hmm.
So you've seen their work, it's just you may not know the studio behind them, but they're all given stories to animate. And Secret Level is the video game version of that, and that's on Amazon Prime. Love, Death, and Robots, I think there's like 4 seasons of that. And it's on
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen some of that. Yeah.
it's on Netflix.
Netflix.
Secret Level is great. They have a Space Marine episode. They have a D&D episode.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. They did Armored Core with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, with Keanu Reeves.
Like in
yeah.
that one, there's some really cool ones in there. I would like to see like a Destiny treatment in that series, or like you could tell all sorts of stuff, like the day in the life of a sweeper bot kind of story too.
I think that'd be cool though.
Could you imagine
like,
like,
just
a
different
noir,
stuff.
like a noir hunter investigator going through like the last city trying to find out a murder?
Like True
That'd be cool
Detective.
too.
Yeah.
I wrote a play.
Yeah,
Oh,
get Sammy a
Yeah.
writing credit on
you
that.
you
show.
got contacts at Bungie? Ask him.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I mean, for Game to Give, I wrote a play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you also had
It was about
like,
called Piker Pups.
You had Tiddly. Who else?
Oh,
Who else
what?
was in? Who else did that? Game to give.
Tiddly,
I did.
Casey and Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was about an Elixni who wanted to be part of the Pikers. He was a runner for Spider, but Spider was never going to let him be part of the Pikers,
Mhm.
even though he said, if you have a good reputation, you don't ruin my reputation, do everything I say, I'll put a good word in for you. But it's free labor. Spider's never going to do that. So then all these different things happen. And this Elixni ends up finding a box of free war beastlings. War beast puppies.
Oh,
then
yes,
ends up
yes.
Training them. And their names are Cade. Alax is the girl, the only girl. And then there's John, which is a very strong earth name. And then there's Pika.
Strong earth name. I love
Perfect.
that.
I love
Very
this.
strong.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I love this. Why are we not funding this?
It was our,
And we're going to do it again this summer for
Let's
a charity event.
go.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be revamped, revised, and finished.
Gray Fox said that they would like to see a rom-com involving Eris and the Drifter.
That'd be funny though. I'm down for that. Absolutely.
Both of them standing in the rain. What do you want?
Is it a will they won't they rom com? It's gotta be that. Like a will they won't they.
You're right there.
They stare at each other. He's got to kind of look up a little bit just to see that third eye.
Let me look into your eyes. No, all of them.
Toland,
Oh,
as
oh my
streamers,
god.
do you see yourselves running heavy in-game content again with this tier system update? I already run help
I'm gonna
and
let
stuff,
everybody answer.
and you also do, so I could definitely see that.
I'm never stepping in another dungeon after I finish
Maybe.
Master Goes to the Deep.
Sure.
I'm so sorry. That's funny.
I lied.
And
to
I'm never
Sam.
gonna drink chocolate milk again after having a tummy ache.
That's a bad idea.
Don't even get me started on
you do
chocolate
you.
milk. I'm so upset about it.
You don't like it? Why?
I
Huh?
love chocolate
Why?
milk.
Now I need to know. So sorry.
Because
And you can't have
chocolate milk's over $4, and it's been this way for
Oh,
like
I've
a
started
year
something.
now, and it used to
sorry.
only be like
I've started something.
half of that, and now I never have chocolate milk, and it's so upsetting.
You want to know why?
I'm
fly
not
to
gonna talk
fly
about the
that in
price
from
of milk
Canada.
in Canada.
Fly it in from Canada.
I know it's
hit my
all
tariffs.
tariff.
Motherfucker.
I
No,
know.
do you know the price of milk in Canada? Like
I
a
don't know.
2 liter of chocolate milk, for example, is like $8. No lie.
$8?
It's like $8 for us.
It's $4.19 is the last, and it used to be under $3. It used to be cheaper than skim milk, and now I think it's because of the tariff on cocoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
I'm so
Milk?
angry.
cocoa, yeah. Actually, that would make
I'm
sense.
sorry.
Because I was like, milk, Canadian milk doesn't go to the US, so it's not because of us. So sorry. Just saying.
I'm still gonna blame Canada.
And then one time I got it, and the bag, because I get Instacart, the shopper put it in a different person's bag. So the one item that I
Wait.
wanted was chocolate milk.
No
The
way.
one item
Oh,
I
no
did
way.
not get was my chocolate milk, and I paid for it. And what did they do? They
Oh.
refund me, and it was the one time in 3 months chocolate milk was on sale.
I'm so sorry.
It
That
was
is
a rough
actually
day.
upsetting.
a couple months
We need
back.
a chocolate milk emblem.
Agreed. I'm down for that.
A couple months back, I went and I got a glass bottle of milk from a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Bought it. I walked outside and I literally dropped it in the parking lot.
Ooh.
It just shattered
Oh.
everywhere.
Oh. Oof.
And I
My
looked
condolences.
Was
at
it the Yoo-Hoo brand?
Fuck. No, it wasn't. It was just regular milk. It was bad. I had to clean up glass.
That really sucks.
What
That
was the
does
weather
suck,
like?
though.
Especially after you just
Do you
bought it.
remember the
It's not
weather
like
that
you can
day?
take the shattered remains in and just be like, I have the receipt.
Yeah, no, no.
Yeah.
You're screwed. Gotta go buy it
Yeah.
again.
You're fucked. You got to buy it again. Which I did. And then I dropped that one.
Did you? God, please say
No,
that's a joke.
I didn't drop
I
that
hope
one.
not.
That would have been that would have
Okay,
been
I
great.
was like,
This man
goddamn.
wrapped it in
You
bubble
just
wrap
Maybe
and
stop.
pushed
stop, but
it
like,
outside in a trolley.
You just
stop
continue
buying glass
on.
bottle of milks, Dan. Like, just stop
You
buying
do
the
not
glass
go
bottles.
back.
I love it. I
Thank
love
you,
it. Where else am I going to get my daily recommended dose of glass? All right. That's it from us here on the podcast. Thank you all so much for listening to us talk about the news in Destiny 2. We'll be back next week. We have, before we go, why don't we tell all the people where they can find us online? Let's start with Bonafide Hero. Where can they find you, buddy?
Hi there, I've done a Dan. You can now find me at bonafidehero.live.
Yes! You bought a website.
I stream sometimes
Uh-oh.
now. I stream sometimes. Come say hello if you find me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Congratulations.
If you find me.
Oh, I'll be on marathon this week. There are plenty of times this week. Just yeah, cool. Bye.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Proud of you, buddy.
Thanks.
Epic Dan, where can people find you?
Sadly, not on my website, but you can find me on
Soon.
twitch.tv/EpicDan22 on the YouTube. Probably soon at this rate. The YouTube, the TikTok, the Instagram, and the Blue Sky, all EpicDan22. Like Bona, be a lot of marathon. I am playing for the first time in like 25 years the original Mass Effect Marathon trilogy to prepare for Marathon Service Fam. So that'll be what we're doing until Marathon Service Fam. So feel free to come by and watch us run.
Okay. Eseipha, where can people find you, friend?
Pretty much just Blue Sky. So same name as I found Blue Sky. That's pretty much where I'm at when I'm on there. I've kind of dropped a little bit social media, but people can still message me or send me like a what is it called, a yeet? I hate that word.
Yeet.
On there.
Or
That's
wait,
my
Skeet?
main link of
no,
communication.
it's a skeet. It's
What's a
skeet on Blue
skeet?
Sky.
Yes. I
Mhm.
hate I hate that
CEO
one
says
more.
a
I think.
skeet, so you got a
It's a
skeet.
yeet on YouTube.
Yeah, no. Is it?
It's a
Please,
yeet.
God, no.
We eat skeet.
Anyway, that's where you can find me. That's pretty much there.
Sammy, where can people find you? What are you doing this week?
I am Sammy Cat on Twitch and YouTube, and then Sammy Cat Plays on Twitter and probably other social media sites. Who knows at this point? I will be doing Solo Master, All Bow, No HUD, Ghost to the Deep. Getting through that.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
frickin' win.
Yeah.
Starting about an hour after this, less than an hour. I have to make some chicken. I'm hungry. But anyways,
too.
yeah, and then I'm going to win. And I'm giving away some rare emblems when I complete Ekthar.
Let's go.
Woo!
I just need it to be done.
I get it.
Yeah. But my bestie is gonna get me a cookie cake once I complete it. I'm
Oh.
so excited. I can't wait. And then also I'm gonna get an ice cream cake at some point. I'm really excited about that too.
Love
So,
ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
Fucking love
Oh.
ice cream cake. Better not have it over
This
here.
reminded me,
So
I have a slice
good.
of key lime pie downstairs.
We're
See,
talking
that's
about ice
let's
cream, Dan.
awesome.
Very excited.
I'm on my way.
Congratulations.
Come on over. Come on over. We'll all share the one piece of key lime pie that I have. Sorry.
I got some Oreos. I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of them next time I die on stream.
That sounds wonderful. Are you gonna
In
I
eat them
can
game,
with
fit
in
egg
game, by the
Oreos in
way.
my
In
mouth.
game, in game.
Are you gonna eat them with mustard? Have you heard about
God.
this?
No,
What?
that's disgusting. Milk.
Try it out. Just try it out.
I would
No.
I would tell Sammy to not try that out and just
Oreos
stick
and
with
mustard.
milk.
Try it out. It ain't bad.
Yeah, agreed.
No.
Nope.
It ain't bad.
Nope.
Is
All
it
right.
like regular mustard, like baseball mustard? Are we talking about
Yeah, like
Dijon?
baseball
There's
yellow
not
mustard.
a kind of mustard that works. No.
I actually feel like violated at the thought.
Hold on.
I
let me
really
send
don't
you-
want to
It-
think
it-
about this anymore, guys. It's making me uncomfortable.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
God.
Lizzo did it. Lizzo did it. Just saying.
Oh god.
Oh,
That
then
doesn't
if
make it any
Lizzo
better.
did it, we may as well then, man.
Yeah, everybody should do it. Everybody should do it once. Food is chaos. Live your life. My name is Danfinity. You can find me on the Twitter and the Instagram and everywhere else at DanfinityGG. You can also find my website, danfinity.gg. I'm going to be posting more stuff there. I got a new laptop computer, so I can work from anywhere now, and I am very excited about that.
Let's go.
This week I don't know if there's anything that I'm doing. We're playing High on Life. We'll probably play a little bit of Destiny 2. And then also what is the car game? It's not it's Pacific Drive. Pacific Drive has an update this week. So I'll be playing that too.
Ooh.
So but that's
Oh,
all
okay.
that's all that I'm going to be doing. Thank you so much for supporting us and for watching the show. Check us out everywhere. I forgot. It's been a month. I forgot how to end this. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you find what you're grinding for. My God.